Welcome, Taurus, to your May 2021 reading, and happy birthday to all you Taurians whose birthday is in May. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Now, don't worry if you don't hear back from me right away. I do get quite a number of people contacting me for readings or asking a question, so I work through those all and try to give them all as much energy as the other. So just be patient. If you don't hear back from me, I will absolutely get back to everybody who subscribes. Now, let's get into your May reading. Now, this month is looking very interesting for you, Taurus. I'm seeing you starting out with the energy of the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups is a wonderful card and it has many different meanings. Now, most twos talk about choices, and this perhaps because it's cups, which is emotions and love, this can be some of you making some choices regarding love. Now, I feel like for many of you, this can be a choice in which direction you want to go in when it comes to love. Now, this Two of Cups is very interesting because it's surrounded by a whole bunch of swords. The Knight of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. Now, swords traditionally are a very tricky kind of energy, and this kind of tells me that for many of you, there might be some difficult choices that you have had to make regarding love. Now, this is a general reading, so take what resonates for you and just let everything else go. So I'm going to try and give you as many alternative meanings that are coming through for this card. Now, as I mentioned, the Two of Cups can talk about falling in love, and if you don't get the Lovers card, the Two of Cups is the next best card to get to talk about falling in love. And this is almost like, for those of you that have already met someone, this can be a relationship that's really growing and deepening as well. Now, if you are in a position to meet someone and fall in love, I feel like this is going to be happening very quickly, and it's almost going to be a kind of whirlwind relationship. That Knight of Swords, if you look at it, is charging ahead. The wind is blowing and the knight is racing against the wind, and the energy in that card is so fast. All knights are cards of movement and moving energy, and the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving energy of all. Now, with this card, with the Two of Cups, just to jump back to that one, this can, if you're not interested in a relationship, this can talk about close friendships as well, just developing and moving and becoming deeper and moving on to that next level of friendship, really close platonic friendships as well, and making a deeper connection there. But the Two of Cups also talks about it's also a card of forgiveness. And this, but right below the Two of Cups, you have the Ten of Swords. Now, for some of you, I'm feeling you've had a really difficult time in a relationship, and it's gotten as bad as it's going to get here, Taurus. And I feel that any disputes that you've had are really going to be fading away. And if you're involved in a relationship that's either romantic or platonic, that's been strained or troubled, just remember, don't give up. This situation can be resolved in a positive and mutually beneficial way when you do get the Two of Cups. Now, as I mentioned, that Knight of Swords, wow, what fast, fast moving energy. It's portrayed so well in this particular deck. And this is a swords card. So this talks about your thoughts. All sorts about thoughts, mental energies, things like that. So you really, if things have been moving very slowly in terms of relationships or anything like that, that is absolutely going to be changing in May. And it's going to be, as I mentioned, like stepping into a whirlwind. And you're going to be really, there's the Knight of Swords is a card of action, and it speaks of taking action as well. So you're not going to be waiting for other people to make a move or do things or say things. You are going to be the one that's on the move very quickly. Now, Knights, because as I mentioned, it is a Knight of Swords. This is a card about thinking your way through things successfully and getting to conclusions successfully as well. You know, this isn't a time for making emotional choices when the Knight of Swords shows up. So even if it is something to do with a relationship or friendship where emotions are heightened, you need to really decide using your intellect. This isn't a time for making emotional choices. Because the energy is so swift, sometimes it's difficult to think things through. But it's really still important that you ponder all the alternatives and really consider what you want, what you desire, before you get too far down the road in a relationship or any sort of friendship or commitment. You really need to think intellectually about it rather than with your heart in this instance. Now, the Knight of Swords is racing towards the King of Pentacles. Now, this is you showing up in your own reading, Taurus, or it is another earth sign here. And this can be Capricorn or Virgo as well. But what the Knight of Pentacles talks about, and I feel like there's a few cards here that are supporting this message as well, it's a time of incredible prosperity for you in May. And when you get the King of Pentacles, you really know that your plans are going to work out exceptionally well. So if this is something to do with your relationship and you are planning on anything to do with that, things are going to work out there for you wonderfully. But also in terms of your career, your money, things are going to go wonderfully there as well. And the King of Pentacles is a card of abundance, so it's almost like money seems to just fall from the sky, but really it's your hard work and energy that's brought you to this time of abundance. And this can also talk about an up-and-coming raise or promotion here for you. And it really, the King of Pentacles also advises that you should accept opportunities that come your way, even if they don't seem like the best thing to do at first glance. Take the opportunity. And you know, Taurus, I feel like I've said this to you before in the past about pay rises and promotions. I feel like there is this movement here for you in terms of your career. Now, you've got the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands can represent a Sagittarian. This is a general reading, so any fire sign, this could be Leo, this could be Aries, or could be Sagittarius. But what pages also represent in a reading are messengers, and messages. And this is fire. So this is about your career again. And this is also about your passion and what stirs you emotional, not so much emotionally, but stirs you up and creates passion for you. And just really, it's just a card of excitement and new opportunities again, and it's a message about something wonderful coming into your life. So this could be this new relationship here that I am seeing for some Taurians, but it's also a really creative card, and it asks you to think outside of the box. And if you do that, it's going to be extremely valuable for you, Taurus. But you really are asked to follow your passions and live out your life's work. Let your passions guide you to what fires up your passion. If you've been feeling stagnant and like things are going nowhere, this card really talks about things moving and changing. And really, again, two cards right beside each other that are talking about promotion, career change, or any kind of promising development in your professional life. So you really need to pay some attention there, Taurus, for stuff that's going to be coming in for you for May, that's going to really spur you on to become more excited, more passionate, more powerful. Now, just touching on that 10 of Swords again, this is a pretty tricky card, and it's, although, this can talk about some of you being stabbed in the back as well. And as I mentioned, it's right below that 2 of Cups. So for some of you, it could be a betrayal or a stabbing in the back that you've had in a relationship. And things, as I mentioned, things aren't going to get any worse than they have been. So when you get this card, it represents an ending to that hard, negative times that you've been through, and mentally as well. If you've been going through a mental struggle and really worrying a lot, this is coming to an end for you in May. And it's an ending that, sometimes might be difficult, might be hard to let go of certain situations, but I feel like this is like bringing you to this place of relief, because you can actually finally move on. And it's like it's a weight off your shoulders I'm feeling in May. And for now, as I mentioned again, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, but this can also represent someone who's recovering from an addiction. And, I do emphasize recovering. So, one thing about the 10, when it comes up, there is a bit of drama that is tied to it. And, for other people in your life, they might be, while you might be at peace with any endings that you that are coming to a head for you in May, others might have their own energy around that change. Sometimes people want to keep you as you are. They don't like you to change. So there could be some difficulty there. But you know what? You've got the Ace of Swords right beside it. And I tell you what, Taurus, the Ace of Swords is a wonderful energy. A lot of people find this a harsh card as well, but to me, this is clarity. This cuts away all the BS. The Ace of Swords is the Ace of Truth. It's that card of truth, and it just brings an enlightenment, almost. And whenever you run into obstacles, if you're attempting to sort of manifest your plans, the Ace of Swords just tells you these are just bumps in the road. Keep going, push on. These are just minor setbacks, and that you are assured success almost. This is a fresh new beginning, a fresh way of thinking, and it's just quite wonderful energy. And this can also talk about an inspiring new idea that comes to you in May as well, or a revelation that gives you a better understanding of a particular situation. So this is really wonderful energy. And then it flows into the Chariot. Wow, I absolutely love the Chariot card. This is such, again, a powerful card. This is the card that talks about movement as well. And look, it's right underneath, sort of right diagonally beside that Knight of Swords. And they're both, if you look at the card, the Chariot, it's the charioteer, and he's got two horses, a white horse, a black horse, and they both are trying to run in different directions here. So the charioteer is having to really use all his force and energy. And I say him because that is the image in the card, but this is a non-gender specific reading. So it really just talks about the charioteer having to control the horses in the direction that the charioteer wants to go in. And it's a card about heading out on this new adventure. And it's just wonderful energy. And it's a card also of opposing, of balancing opposing forces here, really taking control of the situation, mastering things, via the mind as well, because it's right near that Ace of Swords. Swords are thoughts, intellect, ideas. So you are mastering the way you think about things. You're mastering the way you look at things. And it's just a card of success, Taurus. And again, this is this message coming through. Success is here for you. Again, another card talking about promotion, job offer, an award. It really asks you to feel safe to promote yourself as well. And for some of you, if you're in the media, this is a really wonderful card to get, because again, it talks about promoting yourself. So that's great if you are in the media. And the Chariot can also just talk about plain old modes of transportation as well. Planes, trains, cars. You might be buying a new vehicle, but it is movement forward in a successful way. And then, beautiful Taurians, look what you've got, the World card. And this is the ultimate, the very final card in the Major Arcana. And this is that card of moving to the next level in your life, and particularly career. Taurus, this is all about career, or so much about career for you. I really feel like, again, promotions, new positions, and they're both challenging and promising as well in the future. And they can also talk about moving to a new home or a new city. It's that kind of energy as well. But again, a card of enlightenment and following your own evolution. You just have complete clarity when the World card comes in. And again, another double up message with that Ace of Swords. That is the sword. The Ace of Swords is that card of clarity, cutting away the BS, seeing things for what they are. And the World card provides you with an understanding of where it is you want to go. So this is just beautiful energy with repeated messages, career advancement, wonderful choices, clarity in where it is you're going and what it is you want to do. And your final card there, which I feel just ties it all up beautifully, is coming into power. And look at that beautiful card. I love the imagery on this. The person is standing in a beam of light that's shining down from the heavens. And the mantra for this card is I step into my power boldly and confidently. And the meaning of this card is you have been gathering your inner forces and are coming into your own strength. Assume your power. Accept the vibrant truth that all you need is already within you. It is safe to own your deepest inner gifts. The universe wants you to know if you've given away your authority to someone or something else, now is your chance to reclaim it. Pulling this card indicates that it is time to stand in your own light. If you are holding on to any beliefs that you won't be liked or will be rejected if you step into your potential, let them go. The more you shine in your own radiance, the more others can see the glow of their own capability. Your strength can heal others and bring light into the hearts of many. What a powerful card to get. And I feel that this is such a powerful reading for you, Taurus. There's clarity, there's movement forward, success, career advancement, certainly more money and abundance coming in for you. I'm absolutely loving this reading for you, Taurus, in May. So I hope that resonated with you. Please, if you're into crystal jewelry, check out my website at kazana.com.au. There's some beautiful crystal pieces there. They're made in Australia by an Australian designer, all designed here, made here. They're one-off pieces only. You won't find a million of these out there. So check those out if you are wanting to buy some crystal. I hope that resonated, guys. Have a wonderful May. Happy birthday again, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.